Yeah, obviously a brilliant result and outstanding performance against an Aberdeen team that have been so good this season in the league, and we knew how tough it was going to be. So we knew we had to be really, really good today in a lot of our game. But I think it's a massive credit to the players, their mentality, and how ruthless they were in the game. So yeah, it was really good win.
We spoke before the game about the league game a couple of weeks ago and Aberdeen's comeback. Was that in the players' mind that they were so aware that that could happen again?
No, I think we did speak that if you let Aberdeen play, then they have the quality to score goals. I think we've seen that all season, and none more so only a few weeks ago. But it's about learning, and I think that you can see that we'd learnt from that. If you give them time, they can play. They get really gifted technical players. You get strikers and wingers that want to run in behind and can give you problems. So we had to control that. I thought our counter pressing was really, really good. Got us the ball back a lot, and then especially second half we passed the ball much faster. Good numbers on the inside. Moved the ball around really, really well, and scored some outstanding goals.
Delighted for Jason's get that hat trick at the end as well.
Nice. Yeah, I think what was great, he's there. You know, the goal that he breaks away for Kyogo as well. You know, he anticipates it, nicks it, and then he's away. And yeah, it's what we train them, getting into the second post. The wingers, you've got to be there, you've got to make the runs, you've got to do the work, and if you do that, you'll get your reward. So yeah, it's a special day for him to get a hat trick in a semi-final.
Brendan, is that a statement victory, given the fact that Aberdeen have been up there with you all season?
No, I think I just think it's. We said before the game, there's 4 teams this weekend are playing to get to the final, and we are one of those teams. So we can decide about getting to the final or not. You know, I said before the game that that there's 2 things that will definitely happen. Is that the game will kick off at 5:30 and it'll be dark, so that's not changing. And there's going to be a brilliant atmosphere at the National Stadium with 2 teams that are riding high, and the atmosphere is going to be great. Everything else we can decide. How we press, how we run, how we work, the quality of our football, and if we can play to our level, then we have a really good chance of getting to the final. So I couldn't have asked any more from the players in that aspect.
In terms of performance, do you think that was the best of the season so far?
No. I think that there was moments where, especially in the first half, we were too slow on the ball. You know, we had to pass it quicker, and I got a yellow card because of that. But no, it was much more aggressive. You know, we were really clinical first half. We had some good movements, but we needed to be faster with the ball. And second half we were really good in our press, and then that gave us the platform to play our football.
Yeah, just on that, you seem to be so demanding on your team. You're always demanding on your team. The fact you were 3-0 up in the first half, and you still seem to be shouting at the players, saying they weren't moving it quick enough. It looked like you didn't want to give Aberdeen an inch there. You just really wanted to press on that advantage. Yeah,
it's one where this suits our game here at Hampden. The pitch is beautiful. It was nice and slick for us, and the quicker you can move the ball, the faster the opponent has to move, and then eventually you hopefully can tire the opponent out. But if it's slow, and I felt that sometimes we needed to put more speed on our pass, because when you do that, then it creates the gaps in front. Then so, but no, I think we were good in the first half, but I thought we were outstanding in the second half.
Does Maeda just epitomise everything that's good about this Celtic team? You get across a player like him.
Well, just hunger, isn't it? He hadn't been feeling great there for a few weeks just before he went away with Japan, Scott, and then he came back and he wasn't great, and you could see the tiredness in him. That's why we give him a rest there during the week for a bit. But his appetite to work hard and run is absolutely incredible, and like I say, he gets into areas now, and he's scored really important goals for us this season. So a real joy to work with. He wants to run, and we want him to run, and we're a running team. We need to be active in the game, and there's nobody more active than him.
How does this set you up for Tuesday night?
Yeah, it's obviously a different game, again, a different, level of opponent with the greatest respect. But no, it's exciting for us. We needed to and wanted to make a really good performance today, and we've done that. And now playing against a top team from a great league will be another challenge for us. But it'll be absolutely rocking at Celtic Park. So we will look forward to that.
Did the ref tell you why he booked you?
To be fair, it was well deserved. I shouldn't be falling over there. It was. I think it was because I kicked the ball on the pitch. But I think we'll appeal the yellow card.
You styled out that fall.
I'm only joking, by the way. Hey.
You styled that fall out quite well. Was it sore as you went down?
I was just saying to Ian there. I bounced up pretty quickly. Probably embarrassment, but I was a wee bit slippy on the surface with my shoes. So, but it was a good decision by Kevin.
Brendan, can I ask you about an issue you might not be aware of? The Dundee team was leaked on social media, and today's team was also leaked on social media. Are you aware of that? Or?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is that it's obviously clearly disappointing. I think it's something that we've seen before, and listen, it's not ideal. It's however it comes out. At modern game, there's no real secrets in football. That's the reality of it. But it's not nice when it gets out there, and especially if it's out from Celtic supporters.
Just one I was going
to ask. Yeah. So because it might feel great for someone's ego to put it out and pass it on to other people, but I can tell you as a manager that I've had that before with other teams, and when I've got to know about it, it has really, really helped me in my preparation, because I've come up against a plan to play against a team. I've then been told the day before the game that the team was going to play a totally different shape. I could then stick in an extra meeting that night at the hotel to say, this is what we think that team's going to do, because we've had a message. And then, lo and behold, we go in the next day and the team is playing that shape, and it really helped us to win the game in a good way. So whoever is putting it out, if it's someone from Celtic, you're not a Celtic supporter. You're not a Celtic supporter because you're not helping Celtic. It's as simple as that. If you're not a Celtic supporter, we will do everything we can to find out. But for me, I don't get angry about it. It's just something that it's the modern world now, isn't there? There's so much communication, there's so much out there. My focus is really just trying to perform. And because like I say, I think the biggest thing is that you can still know the team, but I would like to think it won't be until you play Celtic and you stood in front of them that you feel the intensity. That there you can never know until you play against it.
I don't know what put a dampener on a good day.
No, and please don't. It's because it's just modern times, I suppose. But yeah, it won't dampen our performance and our achievement today, which was absolutely brilliant.
On that, I thought your front three were excellent today.
With the speed in the game, it's how we want to play. Once we broke through Aberdeen's pressure, we had space and to exploit, and very, very good, very good.
Yeah, I was just going to ask a pragmatic question in terms of a lot of the injuries have cleared up. You've managed to get minutes on the pitch and some good performances as well, and it sets you up quite nicely for what's a very busy run of fixtures. Yeah. Well, it's exactly what we'd hoped we could do. Sometimes you make changes as a manager and a coach, and you might not quite get the performance that you want, but you have to do it to allow, like we had 6 fresh players today. So if we weren't brilliant against Dundee for a little period or against Motherwell, you get your rewards today. And I'm so pleased for the players because they all have value to me. That you think of Liam Scales, how brilliant he's been over the course of this last season, but I felt putting in Austin Trusty with his extra bit of speed, especially with Aberdeen who want to penetrate and go in behind, he can cover that for us. And so all the players they're getting good game time and all contributing.
Yeah, well, I think it's important, very important. You know, you see Greg Taylor coming on today. He can clean up the game for us. Alex was really good, but then we wanted to just get it cleaner with our passing and get a better control. And Greg comes in and does that superbly well. As does Scalesy, comes in, settles the game, and yeah, they're both very, very important players for us.
Can you replicate that on Tuesday night? Or is that the plan?
Hey,
Can you replicate that on Tuesday night?
totally different game. Totally different game. I think the idea is we have to be balanced. You know, we're playing against one of the top teams in European football. I know they lost today, I think, but we're playing against a really, really top team. So we have to be mindful of the physicality, their speed, their pace, everything that you would have seen with Atalanta. So it's about balance, it's about putting pressure at the right times and closing gaps, but also looking to impose our way in the game when we can.
How important are the fans on Tuesday?
Well, Celtic Park is always so important for the team to perform, and I always feel that when Celtic really wants a result, the supporters can really pull the result towards you. So I'm so looking forward to it. They're really, really special nights. But I think the supporters in the main are happy with the team, they're happy with the progress, happy with with how we're doing in the Champions League, bar one game. But I think we've seen that was just one of those freak results that went against us, and now we can get ready for a really exciting game on Tuesday.
Today's performance seemed very fluid, and especially in attacking phase, and Tati and Engels performing really well in those half spaces. Was that something that just came natural to the players, or was there a specific tactical tweak?
No, it's how we play. It's how we play. You're playing against a team that's going to press 4-4-2, so you've got to try and connect the game through those areas, and it's just the players know the patterns of how we can arrive in there. But yeah, the fluency of the triangles on the side of the pitch was really good between the fullback, the winger, and the 8 on that side of the pitch. So it was good to see, especially second half. But that's hopefully how you would see us play in the main.
I was just on that with sort of mentioning those triangles and between the wingers, midfielders, and fullbacks. Is that something you sort of really emphasise on work in training to sort of see in matches?
Yeah. Listen, the team are coached in that way. It's the patterns. You see the fullback moving in on the inside, more so on the left side than the right side. We were able to adjust with them pressing with the 2. We could then morph to a 3 as well at the back. So we were fluid in being a 2 and being a 3 at times. But yeah, it's just repetition. And that's obviously the big satisfaction for a coach, when you can see the relationship between training and the game, and all the great work that goes on by the coaches and everyone. It's good to see. But it's repetition. There's no, as I said before, there's no secret in the football. We work very, very hard in that fluency, and we get days like today, which is great.
Is it a pleasing thing for you that this team can get better and will get better?
I think it will do. I think it's, and that was part of my frustration in getting booked. It's my job, of course, is to win and win titles and everything else, but I'm a developer at heart, you know. So people will say, well, what can you develop when you're 6-0 or whatever the score? Every day you can develop and improve, and that's what I always look to drive home, that standard of performance to be better. So got lots of players that are young enough, and even the older players, you can always improve, and that's something that we drive through every day. Okay. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.